Hey guys, today we will see how we can create a sales order through X++ code. So for that we'll create a runnable class. So let me click on this add class. Let me go to runnable class. Here let me write create sales order. So let me go to our customers and sales order form. So at the end we'll able to create a sales order and we'll also add a line. So we'll choose this particular customer. Let's say let us take this particular customer. Let's say this one. Want us to retail, and let me write this customer. So we'll create the sales order for this customer, and let me open any sales order here, and we'll create a sales order for this line. Okay, so now let us go back to application and let us start writing code. So since we are creating the sales order, so the table responsible is SalesTable. Let me take buffer of this table. And we'll be also creating lines. So let me also define the variable for lines as well. Okay, so we have defined the sales table and line buffer. And now we need a number sequence for our sales order. So for that, we are going to define a class that is number sequence. Okay, now number sequence class is defined here, so we need to initialize this particular class. So I will say number sequence. Copy this one. Number sequence, and we have a function called new get num. And here we need to define, couple of data. So to get a number sequence for sales order, we have this particular table, sales parameters. And here we have again, we have a function here that is num ref sales id. Yeah, this one. Let me close this function, and apart from this, I think all other functions, they are optional, so I could close this function here. And so now I will get a number sequence from here. So I will say I've used this number sequence. And now we have a sales order ID from our number sequences. So we could get this value to our actual sales table. So here I will say number sequence dot number. So with this I will assign the sales ID. And then once you create a sales ID, there is a method called init value, which is going to initialize the initial values. And then I'm going to assign a customer as well here. Right, cust account. So here we have seen that we need to use this particular customer. So I will copy this. Now we have assigned a customer to our sales table as well. But when you define or when you actually assign a customer, so you also need several other methods as well. So we have a method named as init from CustTable. So that is actually going to initialize the default values to a few other fields which are related for customer, for example, cust group and all this. Okay, and then we are going to call a method that is validate right. So it will tell us, if there is any issue with our any method or if any value that we have not yet used. So let me say validate right. So if this method gives us true, it means we have some error, right? We have used not here. So I'm going to throw an exception here. Error. So if this passes, it means our header is created. Now we need to, finally we could insert the data here. So now to insert the data, I need to use insert function here. So I will use this as well. And at the same time, since we need to use this TDS begin and commit as well. Let me write it here and let me end that TDS commit here. Let me do this as well. Okay. Yeah, so now our header is created. Now, to insert lines to a sales order, now we need, there are few important fields. So, to close this one. So I will write here sales line dot. So the first important field is we need to tell the sales line belongs to which sales table. So we have the sales ID. So we are going to insert the value from our sales table dot sales ID to our sales line. And in the second statement, we'll assign an item here. So item ID. So the item ID that we have selected here is this one. This is fine. So now we are going to use a different method here, that is sales line dot create line. And here we have a list of parameters. So I will come into this later, but for now, if you see here we have a lot of Boolean values we need to pass. So for now, I will simply pass 6 true values here. I will tell you later what does it mean. Five. Now we have passed all this value. So we are done. So at the end, okay, we have already used commit here. Don't need this one. Okay, commit is already used here, so I'm gonna remove this. So once this is done, at the end we want to display, what is the sales order ID that has been created. So I will use this info statement here and say first of all, I will give the information about the sales ID. So let's say this sales ID, then I will say item number, and in the second value we are going to give this, and then I will say customer ID. So we have defined this, and now we'll simply assign the values here, that is sales ID, and then sales line dot item ID. And then at the end again we need the customer account, so we can get it from sales table. So we'll close this one. So let me trigger build here. Yeah. So the build is completed now, and if I've already run this runnable class, so we need to make sure we are choosing the right legal entity, because I've choose USP2 earlier, and here I'm putting simply my class name, that is runnable class create sales order. And now here you could see sales order has been created and the item, and also it has picked the US001 customer. So we'll go back to our application here, and now if you'll search the sales order here, me do this. Put a filter here. So it contains. Yeah, so you see here the US001 customer is assigned and the sales order is created. And when I open this my sales order, you could see the same item, that is P9000, that is 100% orange juice. This is also assigned here with proper amount. And if you'll go to header section, you could see, even though we haven't write anything in code there, this is the delivery address. This is the terms of payment, right? The customer account, invoice account. So all these, automatically comes from different functions that are available here. And while creating line, we use this function create line. So if we go to definition of this line, we have passed true in initial 6 parameters. So that is for initially validation is done. Then from sales table, multiple things get copied. Then it sees item category. Then it calculated this inventory quantity and markup price and etc etc. Since we have passed true for all of them, so this particular method automatically did the job for us. So thank you so much for watching this video.